Every night at exactly 9:15 p.m., she picked up her old rotary phone and dialed the same number. The line never connected. No ring, no beep, just silence. But she never stopped. For 20 straight years. And then, on her 85th birthday, someone finally answered. Her name was Margaret Elwood, a retired librarian from a small town in Oregon. She lived alone in a modest cottage surrounded by pine trees and silence. Her days were quiet, but her nights were sacred. 9:15 p.m. sharp. That's when she made the call. To her husband. Alan Elwood died in a car crash on their 20th wedding anniversary. His number was disconnected a few weeks after the funeral, but she kept calling it, not because she thought he'd answer, but because it helped her remember his voice. The sound of the dial tone brought her comfort. It was her way of saying goodnight. Every single night. Neighbors thought she was senile. Her daughter begged her to stop. Mom, it's been 2 decades, let it go. But Margaret couldn't. You don't understand, she'd whisper. He might not answer, but I still hear him. She imagined him laughing, teasing her gently, or humming their favorite song through the static. In that silence, she found peace. And in that ritual, she kept him alive. On her 85th birthday, the phone rang before she even picked it up. For the first time in 20 years, the silence cracked. She froze, hands trembling. She answered. Hello. A deep voice responded. Hello. Is this Mrs. Elwood? She nearly dropped the phone. Yes. Who's this? This is Officer Daniel Clark with the local precinct. We're just reconnected this number for emergency overflow lines. We've been getting stranger slant calls from it every night. Margaret's eyes filled with tears. It wasn't strange. It was love, she whispered. Officer Clark paused. Ma'am, I lost someone too. My wife, 3 years ago. I sit in my cruiser at night and pretend she's riding with me. You're not alone. Margaret smiled for the first time in weeks. Can I tell you about Alan? I'd love that, he said. For 42 minutes. She shared her memories, how they met in a bookstore, how he sang in the shower off-key, how he once spent a whole paycheck buying her second-hand poetry books. Officer Clark listened in silence, just like Alan used to. That one night changed everything, but Margaret never made another silent call. But she and Officer Clark spoke every Friday night for the next 3 years. And when Margaret passed peacefully in her sleep, the officer attended her funeral. He left one thing by her grave, an old landline phone with a note that read, "Love never dies. Sometimes it just finds a new voice."